Hey guys, it's Ari Maccabee. I'm on right now live actually with my business partner Darren Little, and I'm actually with a special guest here sitting in the Edsa Shangri-La Hotel inside Manila, so you guys know. And today we're here to talk about USI. Now, so you guys have known, Darren and I got involved in USI about 6 months ago. In fact, our team has grown exponentially. I mean, it's massive. I have about 6,000 people globally right now. And, 2 weeks after we promoted, we were supposed to receive some proof for cryptocurrency trading from Ralph Gold. We never got that. So 3 weeks in, we decided we were going to pull out until we got the actual proof. And I want to applaud our special guest today because making the trip here to actually show us and tell us what's going on is a huge, huge feat, guys. Now, I want to say up front, before I introduce who it is, Darren and I really don't care about the names of the companies and the people that they're doing business with. What we care about that they're actually doing the business. And I understand a company wanting to protect its corporate relationships 100% because I would do the same if it was my business. And I'm sure Darren will agree with that. But we're here today to ask guys the tough questions. And I know a lot of you guys have asked some questions on my post. I'll be asking these questions to our special guests. So without further ado, let me introduce you guys to Mike Kiefer.
Hey guys. Good morning.
Okay. So Mike, tell me about, how'd you get involved with USI?
Okay, first of all, look at the beautiful back here.
Yeah, we got a view.
I'm from Switzerland, so if my English isn't 100% correct, then excuse me for this. I got involved in USI-Tech about 2 years ago, but not because I wanted to do the network. There was no network marketing that time. I got a little bit tired of companies who promoted a lot and delivered nothing in terms of lots of, how it is, lots of blah blah. So I was more looking into possibilities. How can I make money with my own money? And like a chicken here. So I know Ralph since 10 years or so.
Yeah.
We actually never did business together, but I know that, or I knew that he was involved in Forex,
yeah,
in the Forex trading. And I have some friends in Switzerland as well, in Europe. They're pretty good Forex traders. So actually the idea was to become a Forex trader, but that lasted, I think, 10 days because Ralph told me, forget about it, you will never be a trader, you don't have any patience, you don't want to learn. What was true, I didn't want to sit in front of this thing the whole time. So
sounds a bit like me, folks.
I tried it, and you know how it goes. The money is gone very, very fast. So I was very careful, but I was still very interested into going in this big market. So he introduced me to a gentleman in Portugal because I was asking, isn't there any possibility that I can use the system, but without not sending the money to whoever? You never know what's going on.
Right.
So that's actually how. In easy words, the whole thing came together.
So, Mike, just so that we're going in a succinct format here, are you an owner of USI-Tech?
No, I'm not the owner. I'm calling myself the master distributor. I'm maybe a co-founder because I came up with the idea. You see, by the way, I'm still using the Forex product. That's fine from the app. So get the story.
Yeah, that's kind of nice, man, because I mean, here we are, we're sitting next to a guy that's the product of the product, guys. We talk about this all the time. That's Mike's actual live Forex account.
Don't be afraid about the minus. It has to go minus in Forex in order to go plus because it's correlation trading. But you see, it's running. And if you click the one down here, Rick.
Which one?
Down here.
Okay, so
then you see on a day, it's nothing. If you click on a week, let's see what it did on a week. It depends a little bit on.
There you go. So yeah, it shows you his week data. I mean, it shows you all of his trades.
Exactly. So that's to go back. The problem in terms of problem that time, it only worked with a minimum of 100,000. Best would be 250, and so on. So it was never a software that was marketed in a professional way. It was used to trade accounts. But I was fascinated about the product because I thought, why not using and market something like this because it's real. You can put it on your own broker account and let it run and everybody will see it. So about 6 months later, the programmer came back, or Ralph called me and said, listen, it's ready. I said, okay, now what? So that was actually the beginning, and because I'm the only, let's say, networker in this company, the question was, what shall we do and what will we do? And I was fascinated and still are about the network marketing industry. If it's real, if it's a real company,
Right.
you can really do a lot of good things. And so we got together. Horst came. Horst I know since a couple of years, 7, 8, 9 years or so. But he's not a networker as well. He always told me, leave me alone with that kind of businesses in network marketing. So, but we came together, and to keep it short, that's how we started with the Forex software. We started to market it. It was not so easy because I was away in network marketing as well. It was not like, the leader said, hello, for sure, let's do it right away. So it was really built from scratch over results. And the idea was also always to go into the crypto markets. But let's say in terms of problems, the Forex world, people have to get a VPS or they downloaded it. They have to open up a broker account. They have to install the software on their MetaTrader 4. So it's not really difficult, and they have to load their funds on the account. But still, it's work.
Yeah, it's a lot of process.
So
it is, guys. It's a nightmare. I mean, I did it myself, guys. And just to cover one thing real quick before you go any further, because I know, guys, just so you know, they've proven to me that they've done the Forex, okay? And I want you to see that. Like, I got an email. I want you to see this email right here from Rodney when we first started this, and I can show you the exact date, back in April 23rd.
Yeah,
okay?
By the way, I can give you an FX. FX
I know your FX Blue account also. I actually.
But it's not ours. It's from a client. Because,
okay.
From a legal point of view, we should not.
Okay, so this actually was their broker that was actually doing trades for them outside of the FX Blue product. A lot of people don't understand that they have FX Blue. They also have another venue that was actually doing trading for them, which is an actual Forex brokerage. Is that correct?
Yep.
So they were earning more money than what their FX Blue account actually shows. So I just want to clarify that because I've known that all along. The one thing that's always kept me in the blind was the cryptocurrency side, guys. I mean, this is the most elusive space. It's the space I think that most people get involved in. It's the easiest to scam you is the crypto space. Without any proof of work, it's always left me where I've been just scared to really go balls to the walls and promote this. So, Mike, tell us about that, how you guys got involved in it, what's happening with it, and how we can get real proof and verify that you're really doing this.
Let me go.
Hold on a sec, guys. Hold on a sec. Before we do that, before we get into that, because there's a bigger piece of the puzzle here, and it all gets down to what is the actual business model itself. And when people are buying something, what are they getting? And are they part of a rev share deal? Because that is a problem in the United States and Canada for securities. Okay, so all the rest of it, as far as I'm concerned, no disrespect, is all smoke and mirrors. Okay, because it really gets down to the actual business model. If the business model cannot pass the SEC, you got problems. Because any time you take a profit and you distribute it to your investors, participants, your shareholders, that is a security in the US and Canada. Okay, so and then it goes one step further. In the event that you're a US or Canadian resident and you are now promoting something that's a security and you're not a licensed broker, you got problems. Okay, so what I'm most concerned about is, number one, what is the actual business model? Number two, what are people buying? What's the product that they're buying? And are they part of a revenue share participation where they're investing, the company's making money, and now they're dispersing investment profit back to the people? That's really what it comes down to.
What are they buying?
First of all, before we changed something from November 1st on. Before they bought a software, we're not a financial company, we're a software developing company. So the first product, to come to the point, in the US, but let me say some things about the US as well, because of SEC and everything you mentioned is absolutely right. As long as we don't take in money in the fiat world, in the Forex world, we only have a product. We sold a software product the people install that software product by themselves. It's like buying a robot in the internet and you open up a broker account. That's one thing. What we, if you come back to the question about the business models, we are, let's say, a sort of network marketing referral program that we pay on 12 compressed levels. So before we started with the crypto world, just to explain, the Forex world is actually not a problem as long as we don't share any revenues that come out from the spread. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
spread from buying and selling.
That's what Darren and I talked about that. And
we cannot do this in the US because that would jeopardize, let's say, what we have now. To bring it to the point, there's another lawyer at the moment looking into it because you're right about the SEC. But you know, first of all, in the US is the IRS and not the SEC. So we have to make sure the IRS is happy in terms of 1099s and so on and so on. So far, there's a new lawyer looking into it and basically remodeling the whole structure because we're offering a product in the decentral world as well. As long as it's decentral, not going in and fiat going out in fiat money, it's decentral. It's as legal as it is possible. But that doesn't mean we're SEC licensed, right? We're not SEC licensed. We're not SEC licensed in the US. We just apply as good as we can apply with the laws. For that, it took about 6 months, by the way, with the lawyer to get that done. But that doesn't mean, because some people understood that completely wrong, that we're SEC licensed. We're not SEC licensed. Now, next step, just to explain what's happening in the US and especially in Canada as well. The new lawyer, the team, they're looking into it again. And it looks like we're at the point that we start to issue 1099s because I don't think there are many companies who will do this because you have to make sure that the IRS is happy first. You know what I mean? So that's what, I'm not the lawyer, I'm not the specialist in the US, but that's what the lawyer told us. That will be the next step. They go to the IRS, they will go to the SEC, introduce themselves and say, listen, that's our business model. How can we make it legal or as legal as possible? That will be the next step. That's in progress as we speak. That'll probably take another 3-4 weeks because I think it's very important to have a legal business. We have, by the way, here in Manila, we opened up an official office with fully SEC license.
I saw you guys got registered.
We did that in Europe, so they're not joking around with this because at the end, it's we distribute it, we promote it, so it's not the company. The company is safe, but we have to be safe, right? So to give you a 100% clear answer on this, I need about probably 3-4 more weeks to hear what the new lawyers are doing and saying.
But
okay, so here you've got a timeline. So here's
hold up, Darren. I want to clarify one thing with you. So I know right now, like on the Forex side, they buy the software. Yep. They invest their money in their own account. They make the spread. You're not sharing any profit. Yep. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, that part is fine. Yep. Okay, so on the BTC packs, they're basically buying what right now? Because before you guys told me you were trading crypto, but now I know you guys are trying to change that around.
No, it's still the same. They're buying a BTC pack. We call it a BTC pack, right? But in what the difference is compared to the Forex world, they're not doing it by themselves. The company is doing it and share the performance with them. So because it's decentral, it's, let's say, okay, it's decentral, right, but it's not 100%. We're not SEC licensed there. So I'm not the expert if it comes to...
So you're basically saying in the US right now, you're aware you're not legal. In Canada, you're aware you're not
legal. No,
but you're trying to fix
it. No, it doesn't say we're not legal. We have, I think, a very good lawyer that took about 6 months before we went there. We got a legal opinion, about 27 pages. It's pretty strong. He was in contact with the SEC. We did everything and the changes with the new website to apply with all the laws. So, but I think the more time we put in there and the more safe we can make, the better it gets. So we would not be there, and I would not go to the US if I wouldn't knew that this legal document was done. and the lawyer is on
Yeah,
there.
because
But
you wouldn't want to go promote it there.
yeah, but it's the same. You know, either you're SEC licensed or you're not SEC licensed. You apply with SEC laws. It's because Bitcoin is still a gray world. That doesn't mean we're illegal. I don't even.
Well, you know, in the U.S. it's
Yeah.
Here's my question.
Understand me
Okay,
wrong.
because we're 2 years in, right? You're 2 years in. So
Yeah,
so
they're
how has
on the BTC side?
No, in the US we're in since when did we start? Since May or June or July, I can't remember. And the BTC side started March 1st, so it's still not that big in a positive way. But we have, especially it's my wish. That's why I was pushing it a little bit, you know, just to make it as clear and safe as possible. A legal opinion is a legal opinion. It's good, but lawyers are lawyers.
Yeah.
You know how it is. So I think.
But the question is that the company itself is about 2 years old, correct?
No, it's exactly 1 year old.
Okay, so 1 year old.
Officially November 1st, 2016.
Okay, so 1 year old. So my question is this, because you can't backtrack the trail. You can't say, okay, you know, oh, whoops, we messed up for a year, but now we're going to try and make it right, because you still have a track record and a trail of the process. So my question to you is, how has all the money been paid for the last year?
Yeah, how you generated the profits now?
Right.
And again, I don't care about the company name. I know you already told me part of this before we chatted.
Are you talking about Bitcoin side, or are you
Bitcoin.
talking about the Forex?
How have people made money for the last year?
Okay, let me go back quick. So I didn't say, oops, we messed it up. We went there under the, I say that in English, before we went into the US. Again, it took 6 months. We have a legal opinion written by the lawyer that we are applying with all we had to do. We did in terms of getting into this market. So it's not, oops, we screwed it up and now we want to make it better. We just want to make it even better than it is already. That was.
But how have the current people?
Huh?
Because typically, what happens with a lot of these companies is they start out.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They start off on a business model, and they're only paying people from the new money that's coming in.
I know. Okay, I'm talking about the legal side first of all. So the second question you have, so just to make it clear again, when we entered the US, I think we did what other never did, in terms of not only spending the money, really going into deep, taking 6 months time to go into the market. But you can always be better and make it better. So that's why the new or other lawyers are looking into it as well. Okay, to come back to the second question, how the company is making money? It's very simple. With the Forex software, it's a product that costs 600 euros, right? Some of it is profit. Some of it goes into the compensation plan, 35%. It's not a secret. How is the company making money as well? We get a revenue share back from the broker, but not from the initial money people put on their own broker account. We only get a part of the spreads. That means if the software wouldn't perform, and it's still performing, by the way, without any doubt, nobody lost their money or anything, there would be no profits. So very simple concept. So the
okay, so here, this is where the little clincher is, okay? Because if you started off with Forex software, and you're selling the software and you're paying commissions on the software, great. But now when you move into the profits and there's distribution to people off of Forex.
No, that's what he said. They don't do
that's what I
that.
said. In the US, we don't pay any profits. You were asking how the company's making money.
The company makes money off the yield, based on the way their software is set up.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So that's what he's trying to say. Yeah. So so let's talk about crypto though.
Okay.
How do you guys generate profit with crypto since you started? Since day one?
Trading.
Okay.
Arbitrage, and especially buying low, selling high.
Okay, so how can you prove that to us?
All right, let me go back quick a little bit time. When they set it up, it was the only thing that they, in my opinion, underestimated a little bit was the transparency of the decentralized world. Because either you do it by yourself, arbitrage, I don't know if you ever did any arbitrage. Okay, so if you do it by yourself, it's limited to a certain point because the brokers have some limits, right?
Mhm.
So you cannot scale this up until, let's say, hundreds of millions and say, okay, we do arbitrage over the traditional brokers are out there because there will be a limit, and there is a limit. Usually you're limited to $500,000. If you get it up to tier 4, you can sometimes have a couple of millions as a company. So the brokers, there are only 2 or 3 brokers in the world that actually accept a high amount, a high amount of money. The organizations we dealed up with or have a deal, or the company, they're good, but they're not really transparent in terms of showing the full transparency. It has several reasons.
Hey, you mentioned something to me though about you guys have a hedge fund doing something.
As well. Let me explain a little bit the whole situation. It's not like you going in the Forex world or the traditional financial world, you knock on the company's door and say, can you please trade some funds? You go into an anonymous, decentral world with decentral people who are not on the radar, who are not say, okay, hello, we're XYZ, those are our trading results, because it's decentral. So it's not so easy to display the full picture without not mentioning everything who's behind, because numbers are numbers. If you want to display the real deal, but I will come to the point, because if you put up some Excel sheets, it's Excel sheets, everybody can put it on, right? So it was always the wish, why not showing the full picture of it? Now, let me explain a little bit in short words. Trading is always a risk involved. Because I will say why. We go into mining and went already mining as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah,
you mentioned
just so
the
you
hedge.
guys know about the mining side, guys, real quick. I want to just cover this because I saw the picture with Ralph Gold. I mean, as you guys know, I've been involved in the mining side for quite a long time.
So you know.
Yeah, I can tell you up front, guys, that was a Genesis mine. I know that for a fact. You know, like in Iceland, so you guys know, there's really just 3 big mines down there. There's really Genesis, Bitfury, and Big Club. And Big Club is actually housed partially in Bitfury and Genesis Steel. They actually bought space, and they own their own machines inside those facilities, guys. I know this to be true 100% for a fact, and I know exactly, you know, what's happening right there. So that I can vouch for.
But you know as well, you cannot go there and say hello, blah blah blah. You get not into a mining facility without not having to deal with.
Yeah, if that wasn't your equipment, you wouldn't even be in that facility. It's highly secure.
Yeah, exactly.
Highly secure.
It's very secure. Ralph told me it's like a bank, especially if you get in, you're not getting out. Okay, but let me go back. It's very simple. We had some issues with not because the company didn't want to show it. We had more the issues because, first of all, we're a network marketing company. You mentioned a hedge fund. We're working with a very big company together as well, but we're a network marketing company. What will happen if we display everything? People will start to call, right? It will be all over the internet. Now, but to come to a point, everything there will be a solution. And the solution is because we got bigger and bigger, and I think we're doing quite a good job. And some others saw that we're the real deal. We will get one of those high yield broker accounts that's not so easy to get. That means in the future, the big trades will be executed on USI-Tech's broker account. We can audit the results because the hedge fund, by the way, has to do it once a year. Once a year will be the end of February 2018. Then they audit their results, before not. So what shall we show? You know what I mean? But to come to the point, it will be in the new back office, and the mining results will be in the new back office, because the key for the long-term run for the packages will not be trading. Why? I can tell you this honestly. You cannot take in so much volume. You can, but you still have to trade it, and it's always a risk involved. So why is the company going into mining or went into mining? Because first of all, it's scalable. If you have higher amounts, you just get a bigger deal. It's not an issue. to keep it how you say in English, substantial.
Yeah, just to keep it scale it, just to scale it up.
Yeah, but to keep the packages going, you need a certain amount of percentage, so you keep it sustainable. Sustainable.
Yeah.
So the mining is clean. I think it takes about, what I heard, 2 to 3 months to code the mining to USI-Tech. So you can click on the blockchain code, the official code, so people will see it. That will come all in the back office. We already have 2.5%. That's what I heard of the total Ethereum mining.
Cool.
We can display this. And I think it's 1%. Don't get me 100% accurate on this number, but I heard from Evan that it's about what USI-Tech holds in terms of mining, and it's scalable. They invest more and more and more, because the bigger it gets, the less risk they want to take. Makes sense, or because if in trading, if something goes wrong with high amounts, you're screwed. So mining is the way to scale it up, and it's the way to show full transparency. And that will come. I think right now they're working on a mining pool until those codes. Don't ask me how this is working, but until you see that USI-Tech is the owner of the mining and it's owned, mined by USI-Tech, they will do a mining pool that will come into the back office. So the issue of is it transparent or not will be resolved very, very soon.
And that'll be listed obviously on blockchain.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, let me ask you one quick thing, because I know if you guys are using a hedge fund, my personal experience, I've seen hedge funds all have to be SEC registered.
Yep,
correct?
there are. It is SEC, yes.
Okay, so the hedge fund that you guys are using is SEC registered. Yep. That's actually a good plus for you guys now,
because it's very safe for our money as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I have my money.
And so if you're putting your crypto investments into the hedge fund, they're doing basically the trading and then paying out the profits. That would make you okay. I mean, what kind of proof are we going to be able to get from that hedge fund? Is there some third-party audit that we'll be able to get access to that?
That's what I meant. They have to audit their results once a year, and a year passed the end of February 2018.
Okay.
Before they do not audit their results. But what we wanted the whole time, and we pushed them, but it's so easy because they want to see if we're real or not. Now, that's what I meant before, we will get our own broker, the bigger. There are 3 in the world, what I heard, that you can place a couple $100 million. We will get one of those, or I think it's already open. They execute in the future, instead of over the fund, they execute the trades over the broker account, and we can audit our own results. So that's what's going on at the moment.
So that'd be instantaneous transparency.
But keep in mind, I think that's Ralph's part. I think it's about 70% mining, 30% trading in the future, because the mining is just more safe. And as low risk as possible.
So Mike, let me just recap here, just so that I'm following the progression here.
Yep.
So what you're telling me is that for the last year that you guys have been in business, you've sold the software for Forex trading, and all the commissions have been based upon the sale of the software. Is that what you're telling me?
No, the crypto packs, Darren, when they started those,
we have
this hedge fund.
Yeah.
It's through the hedge
But
fund.
when you first started the company, it was only Forex trading, correct?
No, yeah, you have to see. We started with the software. That's a complete different product. Okay? March 1st, we started with the BTC packs. That's running since March 1st, 2018, so this year. 2017, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So since March 1st, 2017, we have the BTC packs. The software is the product we started with.
Okay.
That's the Forex world.
So all of the money up till March was only paid on the software sales, correct?
Sorry, say again?
The money up till March was paid. The commissions were paid off sales of software. That's it.
And some revenue stream that we got from the broker through the amount of trades. Every time there's a trade, selling or buying, there's a little commission.
Okay, so prior to it going into BTC packs, this is my question, is that, in the event that you've dispersed out profits from a Forex trading system, okay, and you've paid those commissions to US or Canada promoters, and those promoters have gone out and presented a company that's paying profits off of Forex profit,
We did not do this in the US. The US and Canadian citizens cannot use the broker we have in Europe because
Okay.
it has legal reasons.
Yep, exactly. That's why I'm asking the question. Right?
So there was no profits paid. The only profits we paid was on selling or marketing the software, but not on the spread in the US or Canada, because they cannot use the broker we use in Europe because they don't take any US clients and Canadian clients for legal reasons. So in the US there is no spread, so there was no spread business. That's why we had some people in the US. It's not a secret, but the business model with the software was not very interesting. It was more client-based business we had in the US. They loved and liked the product, but it was not like marketed in a big scale because of that reason as well.
Okay, keep on going.
A client product at the end.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing, guys. I mean, Darren and I, we're being tough on you, and I'll kind of just be point blank with you. Darren and I got involved in a couple deals this last year where the owners basically lied to us. And they gave us fake proof. They gave us a bunch of bullshit, Mike. And the one thing, Darren and I have been online. I mean, shit, we've been online almost 30 years, each one of us. And, between network marketing and then this. And, it's like we've never had bad stuff written about us. I have never had a bad thing written about me up until like 18 months ago.
Okay.
Darren, the last year, had a few things written about him. And it's like, I mean, that's huge. I mean, people don't realize, I've promoted well over, in the last 5 years, I've promoted well over 120 programs. I've had 5 crash. And the reality of it is I don't think there's anybody online that's got a better ratio of success than I do. But here's the reality.
The more successful you get.
Yeah, the more successful and the bigger you get, guys, the more shit people talk about you. Totally. And so we try to do the extra step, guys, do all the extra due diligence. I'm not going to run out, pound my chest, yell I'm the best, and go out and just try to promote everything all the time. I want to do the due diligence. So you making that trip here, man, that mattered to me.
But let me add something to it. I come from your world, maybe not from the online world. I come from the even worse world, the network marketing world. So why I'm so on it about transparency as well is because of exactly this. There's so much, sorry for the impression, bullshit companies that are out there. Totally understand it. That's why I said in the beginning, I was tired of network marketing because I could not hear it anymore. We're the best, we're the greatest. At the end, it was all blah, blah. So, but I can tell you one thing. I don't saw any company in the last, at least in network marketing, where, for example, every of the owners, if it's Ralph, if it's Horst, they're there, they travel. I mean, Horst is a public figure. He brought 2 major companies to the stock market. Do you think he would say, hey, hey, now we market a Ponzi? Never, ever. I mean,
dude, I'll tell you what.
But it's not. That's why they're working really hard in the background. And I don't know if people can see this or not, but I see it because I'm in contact on a daily basis, and I really appreciate what they're doing. And they do everything. Not everything comes as fast as we want to, or as I want it as well, because of a marketing point of view. But it's done. They're working really their asses off in the background, and the transparency. I think we're shortly before. In the mining is a huge deal because you cannot get this anymore in that scale. We only got it because of good contact. So I think we're on the best way, and time will tell at the end that we're a real company with real products, with real people in the background. And I think we did pretty good so far compared, let's say, maybe to other crap that is out there. And it's getting better and better and better. So I understand where you guys are coming from. But you have to see, I'm always on the same side because I got bombarded with those questions every day.
Dude, I'll tell you. It's funny.
I don't think how many times I explained that story.
Jameson, you know how tall Jameson is, how big Jameson is. So here's the funny part. Jameson brought this to me. Yeah. And then 3 weeks in when we didn't get the proof, I love Jameson like a brother to me. I wanted to literally pick his little ass up and throw him out a window. I was so freaking mad because we got in and we had all these people going crazy. We dropped 3,000 people in this thing in our first 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden, no proof. And then we're asking about the proof and nobody's even getting back to us.
You should talk to me.
We got frustrated. I didn't know who you were at the time. And then Rodney brought you to me the other day. And I said, man, this is perfect. So when you made the trip over the extra day, that really meant a lot to me. Because, a lot of companies, they'll try to skirt you. you know, a lot of companies out there in this industry, you know, Mike, I hate to say this, they basically will just lie to good promoters to get them in, to entice them, to get you to promote, and then all of a sudden they never deliver what they promise you, and you end up looking like the jackass. And I didn't want that to happen here for myself nor Darren, and I wanted to protect us. And so you coming over, man, it means a lot to me. But I do have a few quick questions I want to ask you, because a lot of my team have came to me and asked some questions. So I'm going to open up this video that I recorded earlier, letting everybody know to ask, and go through them one by one if you don't mind, real quick. Okay, so
you have to see that always on the trash can here in the company. If somebody got the tough questions, that's me.
So Michelle Inwood asked, you know, you want to give actual proof of trading. So guys, that's coming. They're going to give you an audit, you know, come into February sometime when the actual hedge fund does that.
Maybe sooner. Because if we want to show it, we want to show the real deal, not some numbers, right? Because they asked me, should we put up some numbers? I said, no, let's put up, if we put up that there's no arguments about that. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. And then, let's see, Gloria Stump said hi, so you guys know.
Hi.
What's about the token white paper? I know you guys are in the process of launching your own crypto, and you know, your own token. I am, so you guys know, probably out of all the people you have involved in your whole program, I'm probably the most well versed in crypto because I've been involved in it so long. I understand ICOs, I understand all this. I participate in them. You know, Darren has been coming on, and you know, I've been learning a lot about this space. You know, as you know earlier, I told you earlier, you know, in crypto and Bitcoin, I have lots of money inside of it, and I'm curious about that token too, like, because it kind of looks like your token, you've kind of copied maybe some other successful ideas out there and what you guys are doing in. So tell me, what's going to be the purpose of the coin itself when it launches?
Okay, I don't know if you know that, what is behind the coin in the future. First stage is tokens, second will be ICO. I don't know if you know about the news from the London event that we will have our own blockchain, we'll have our own exchanger, our own trading platform, everything in the terms of the technology that is built at the moment. Do you know about that?
I know a little bit about it, but not a lot.
Okay, so what at the end, what drives a coin is the product and the customer that uses whatever technology is behind the coin, right?
Right.
Okay, so what makes it different to come to the point to about 4,000 other coins who want to do the same, or the blah 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 coins? First of all, do we have the technology? I'm not the technology expert, but the guy who's setting it up, or the whole team, is really, really good.
Sure.
So if we have our own blockchain, we will have it. I'm not sure when it's finished. I think 2-3 months. We have our own exchange, our own trading platform.
What's the purpose of the coin, Mike? Let me explain to you what I mean. Okay, so like,
to drive the technology that we have in the background.
Yeah, but that's not a purpose. Okay, so here's what I want to get at. So you understand. Let me paint a picture for you. So like, let's compare a couple MLM coins. So there's a couple MLM coins out there. One of them is First Coin. First Coin is tied to an eco project, meaning it's environmental projects. Okay, that's the purpose of the coin. Then you got BitConnect. BitConnect's sole purpose is to generate income. Okay, there's a big difference there. I want to make sure that we're not going to get caught up with a coin that's sole purpose just to generate income. Surely you're going to have it tied to something.
No, it's called, the white paper, by the way, is coming out together with a video. It's just checking, I think, what kind of technology they put in. I'm not the expert if it comes to the white paper.
Sure.
So it's called the eco.
So you're going to do some environmental stuff also?
Eco. Let me check it before I tell you something.
That's good.
The eco, I have it here. So yes, it's not only technology and to make money. It's and there is a social project in the background.
And that's huge to me, guys. Because look, I mean, you know, anything that's like charity based, that can give back, that can help the environment, people. Man, I'm all for that. I'm 100% behind that stuff because that's what this world needs. It's what we lack. We have too many people in this industry just chase some dollars, and I'm sick of it. It drives me nuts, man.
But guys, that's maybe if I can say that before I check it. That's exactly what actually I think drives that company. I know everybody's saying it, but they're not doing it for sure they want to make money. But I think what the most impact or the feedback we get back is just really having something that you can go out there, be proud of, and you know you can change other people's life with something that's really working. And I think that's what drives me,
Yeah.
because I see we do something that has really an impact on people's life, and all the people are behind it. You know, Horst always says, the world is not for takers, it's for givers. And the philosophy of the company was always, let's do something that we can really provide a concept where people profit out of it, but they build or not. Because if you look at traditional network marketing, 85 or 90% are not even making money. They're paying money on top to pay their authorships. That's not the case with us. They use the product, it's okay. They get a profit out of it.
Yeah, I mean, no, literally, Darren and I do that. Like, our big deal is we teach and train our team, like, to no end. Darren will be up all hours, day and night, teaching. You know, right now I'm working on a couple of our projects behind the scenes so we can take our training to the masses. But we believe in giving back.
Ecosystem, but I have it somewhere. I will find it out for you.
Okay. Now,
so just so that I'm clear here, to understand. Okay, so March happened, and then you started selling BTC packs. So is what you're saying then is that the BTC packs, how is it that people are actually making their money? Are they making money off the sale of the BTC packs, or are they making money off of a rev share off of the crypto trading? Or is it a combination of both of those?
It's not a rev share, because rev share, I also associate rev share with some strange way of making business, clicking on some advertising crap. Don't get me wrong. So I would not consider us definitely not a rev share. They make money through using the product in terms of the performance they get back.
Yeah.
They for sure.
It's the
BTC pack. What is the product for the BTC pack? What did they get?
Cryptocurrency trading right now, but it's the hedge fund that's doing the trading, and they are SEC registered.
And the mining as well. The mining
and now the mining,
a nice return of result, a return of profit. Sorry, profit.
So the hedge fund, if they got a hedge fund doing this, and they could prove they have some association with a hedge fund that's SEC registered, man, that would be a beautiful green light. Do you agree?
I agree with that, as long as, you know, the crypto space is a gray area right now, right? And we don't know at this time whether or not distribution of crypto profits in a non-registered territory is still going to be okay or not.
It's okay to the point where we have it right now. If we can make it better with 1099s and stuff, I know that some people don't like that, but it's the
Rodney
goal.
Burton is about to get a tax bill.
Exactly.
Hey, that Lambo, you got to return that to pay taxes.
Because, you know, the way they think, the corporate people, they want to, it has to be long-term, and they don't want to jeopardize anything and cause any troubles in any country. So the same in Europe as well. They're very, very careful what they do. But to get you more details to the US, just give me, I don't know how long they need, probably another 3 weeks or so.
I'm going to beat you up, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be in your ear all the time now that I got your phone number. You're in trouble.
No problem. I'm used to it, so don't worry.
So, okay, so let me answer some questions for Gabriel.
And he means that, Mike, just so you know, he really means that.
Yeah, I really do mean that. So, Gabriel LeMay, you asked about proof of mining, okay? Absolutely, because as he said, it's going to be on the blockchain. You're going to be able to see that transparent. You'll be able to see it in the back office here pretty soon as they're doing the programming and everything.
Tomorrow or in the next 1-2 days, there will be a video sending out with some facts of mining and some pictures shown by where Ralph in the mining farm and all that. That should go out, I think, today or tomorrow.
Okay, now John Lillis asked, you guys have to use Bitcoin to invest or buy the BTC packs. You do now, right?
Yeah, we stay in Bitcoins as a company as well.
Yeah,
because so we don't take the exchange risk or anything.
So Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, guys. Francis Jimenez, my buddy from the Philippines here, asked, are you based in the Philippines? No. But they are licensed here. Even set up now with the SEC here. I've actually saw that paperwork. So that's a pretty nice deal.
And we have an official office. Not the nicest office, but we have an office.
Where's your office at?
10 minutes from here, where all the network companies are in.
Oh, you're over in, what is it?
I have it here, the office. I can give it to you.
Yeah, it's over in Ortigas area.
Yes.
Yeah, I know right where it is, man, actually. In fact,
we're all the network companies.
The FG Express used to have an office there when we first came. Okay, so let's see. Nicola Rodriguez asked, what happens to everyone who paid the 600 euros for a trading license now that they stopped that side of the business? What compensation are they going to be entitled to?
They still have it. It's just not because the back office had some glitches, like you know. So focus is now to get that back office 100% working.
So it's back, Nicole. It's not. Yeah. It's not.
No. You still can download it. You still can use it. But to go back to your question you had, for legal reasons, we took it off in the US just to go 100% sure that we not jeopardize our Bitcoin business or anything. I'm only talking about the US because you know the US is very strict.
Yeah. Now,
so the company is doing everything they have to do, and the lawyers are saying.
Let me ask you the second part of her question. She wanted to know, because I know Genesis has different relationships. With Genesis, did you guys buy the equipment, or did you rent the equipment? Are you on a lease agreement?
I'm not sure about that because Ralph or others are doing the deal. I'm not even sure how much is Genesis, if we can mention that or not. I know because this will be streamed.
Yeah.
So wait for the announcement for the company, because there was some confusion about the statement.
With another word. We're not going to say that word. Exactly. We're not saying that word in 2 weeks.
Exactly. So I'm not sure which part or how much is from which company. We'll wait until the announcement. Not that I'm saying now something wrong, but it's there, and it's pretty big, and it's more and more every month, by the way.
So tell me this, man. I keep hearing this, and I got a guy asking me this question. Travis Bailey asked, when the company goes public, are you guys going public?
I mean, we're doing an ICO. That's a sort of giving us all the possibility to participate on something. Going public is the decision of corporates. I mean, Horst brought 2 big companies there. They're still there, and they're doing pretty good. I do not know. Yeah.
So we don't know if they're going public, man. So let's not get that rumor out there. Whoever's saying that, shut it down. Okay?
Exactly. I'm not. I don't even know that.
Okay, now let's see. Will you be able to purchase Bitcoin mining contracts through you guys, or is it just going to be GPU, Ethereum?
No, there are more products coming. Some of them are ready, but step by step. And one could be that you get your results directly. Yes.
So you
without not saying it yet.
So you could possibly get Bitcoin down the road. Right now it's Ethereum, guys. Let's focus on that, and let's keep that way. Let's see if I got any more new comments on this post. But that's really the last one I think I had. Yep, that's it. Okay, so guys, look, I appreciate Mike being here. Darren and I are probably going to follow up and hit you with some more questions, probably ask you maybe for some paperwork.
So you will be my new What's Up friend.
Yeah, man. You're about to be in your ear 24/7. I take you out for drinks this weekend while you're here. So,
that's an offer.
So we could, go sit down and chat a little more. But, guys, the big thing is company went out of its way to make a trip here. That says a lot about the character of the person, says a lot about the character of the company. Am I going to go out right now running an endorsement and say, yeah, go USI? No, because that's not how I work. What will happen at this point is Darren and I will sit down. We're going to have a very in-depth conversation, and we're going to come to a decision. It's not just for me. It's not just for Darren. It's best for our team. We want to be behind a good company. It looks like Mike and company basically are willing to go the extra mile and show us the stuff that we want to see and make sure that we get all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed. And, it's going to be tough for Darren and I if we decide to step into this, because that means we got to swallow or eat a little. Oh, yeah. So
while we're speaking, I didn't read it yet.
So, yeah.
He just got a newsletter.
Hey, let me just show you. He just got his newsletter on the mining stuff. Just came through. So that's actually there if you're already in USI. But, my point to you guys, you have to understand is if Darren and I decide to go out and do this, it means we got to eat a little crow. And I'm okay with that if that's the right thing to do. And I'm sure Darren will tell you he'll be happy for crow dinner just the same. But the reality of it is, guys, we're always going to put our team first. We've been very protective of you. We've made some bad decisions. We don't want to make any more bad decisions. We want to focus on being healthy and helping you be healthy in your financial world so you can get to a place where you're sitting in locations like this every day of your life, if that's what you so elect to do. Whatever your dream is, whatever your chance is, whatever your possibility in life that you want, we want to help make that happen. But we can only do it by being healthy, guys. So hopefully you understand, my friendships out there that have, you know, heard me talk about USI and have my doubts. You know, it wasn't to beat up on you just because you're out promoting USI. And I apologize that that got in the way of our friendship, but it was to protect my team. I have a very big team of followers, as does Darren, and we want to protect our people. That's the number one rule with us. But Mike, I do appreciate, man, you coming on over. And Jameson, you're safe. You're not going to get thrown out that window anymore. But Rodney, 1099s, that's bad news, buddy. I love you. Cash that Lambo back in.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.